Okay.
The party have steeled themselves and resolved to save as many lives as they could in the uprising beneath the dwarven city of Mazenol. And in doing so have put their foot in something stickier than they anticipated.
Ugh, Jethro wears sandals as well.
Yeah. The fight with the giants led down a concealed path to position themselves behind the ranks of the rebelling parties, the giants and the orcs, who had been enslaved in the inner workings of the Undermountain town. But something was amiss. The spells and charms used to keep the slaves in line were broken.
Good.
And some other force had taken control of a particular orc. An orc that acted as though puppeted from within, with a hand up its arse. No, a battle culminating in the blending and shifting of time and space. And through the party's efforts, some lives were saved, but others were scooped like a hand into an ant colony and placed down on some alien plane, a stinking fetid bog surrounded by murky har, thick clouds of choking moisture in the air, and soft, worrying ground underneath, where the fight has continued. The orc shaman's dying words revealed two conditions it had set as it entered into a bargain. Your people go free, and those who enslave them suffer. And so the fight continued, and suffering there was. And now the party stand among the few that have survived it. One giant, and let me count them, 1, 2, 3, 4 remaining orc slaves. Neither gripped by infernal possession, nor felled by dwarven slaver, axe or hammer. The air goes quiet. The winds are stilled. And your thoughts catch up with you as you realize you have no sense of where you might be or how you will get home.
So scattered on the ground, Jed.
Yes.
What do we see around us? Is there bodies of dwarves here?
So the greyed out things are combination bodies of dwarves and bodies of so yes, so they are all dwarves in one form or another. Some have clearly been possessed by bearded devils. And so their beards have become animated snake-like, their fingernails have become claw-like. They moved and acted differently. One corpse, I think it's this one, is burst open, where the devil that emerged from it clawed out. The rest simply took hold and mutated the bodies where they stood. But not all were taken. Not all were grasped.
No, but
Sorry, I was just going to say, who is alive? again? Sorry, if you could just repeat.
So there are 4
Giant.
of the orcs and 1 giant.
Cool.
There are
Right.
a couple of orcs who've died as well.
Rally to me, boys. Or something.
I want to go to one of the golden voice bodies.
Yep.
And say if it's that one or
Yep.
whatever.
Yeah,
Search it.
we'll decide one. Yeah. So the golden voice wear a kind of brass half plate.
Yeah.
And they carry whips. They have manacle sets and keys on them.
I'll
But not
pocket a
enough.
set of the keys.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Do they have any markings or ID or name tags or fucking dog tags, something like
Not
that? Do they-
not to mark them out as individuals that you can see.
Okay.
Give me an investigation check, in fact. That's what we'll do.
I want to look at the armor in a minute. When we're...
26.
26 on the investigation check. Sam, I'll feed this into you because if you're looking at that as well, the armor is a little more ornate. The material is different. It is kind of stained and coloured a different colour. Probably actually to your eyes less effective as armor than simple kind of steel plate, but seem to work quite well in having seen them fight. Not substantial, just maybe requires a little more maintenance. There is kind of stamping and marking on the breastplate in particular that might emulate medals, including a marking that, from the differentiations of them and looking at dwarves that wear them, might indicate years of service. The ones that are clearly older are have more of this particular marking. It's a kind of like a knotwork kind of band that comes across, and it starts on the collar. So the youngest of this golden voice simply has marks over his left clavicle.
Okay.
But where it continues on them, it continues to band around.
And does it tell a story of service? Is it like not language from South America, or is it? Or
No.
America?
It's the same motif that just
Okay.
continues. And it's just a kind of simple knot, like a knotwork etched into the metal. There's very little beyond that to mark these guys out. You asked about kind of markings of rank or anything like that before, or to try and discern who was in lead, and the way that they acted when you were watching them, you've rolled quite high on your investigation check, so I'll carry this through, seems to discern a level of training between these guys that they're able to act in chorus without kind of clear direction. I
Right.
will point out, though, that one did flee. So clearly their training wasn't flawless. Their will was not unbreakable.
Mm-hmm.
I'll look up at the dwarf who's standing. Oh, sorry, Sam, you wanted to do something.
Yeah, what is it, Jed? The play
The
for D&D rules.
half plate,
Yeah, cool. All right, no worries.
functionally.
Yeah, that was what I meant.
Yeah. In that sense,
okay.
yeah, they've got a metallic breastplate and then some kind of covering, like greaves and braces.
Yeah.
But it's not full
Yeah, so
plate.
basically what I'm wearing, but not.
Yeah.
fancy.
And that's actually what, having spent time in Mazenor and Gromnon elsewhere, it's almost daily dress for a lot of dwarves. The extra weight doesn't seem to bother people in the same sort of way, and the extra protection, especially when you're down underground, is well received.
Mhm.
I'll, from kind of hunkered down beside the body, I'll look up at the dwarf who's standing over me. Sorry, the orc.
Yeah.
And I'll ask him in Orcish, is there many of your people back there?
Plenty. But I never met many of them. We'd hear voices echoing through the night and singing down the tunnels.
And are these guys orcs or half orcs?
These guys are... Ooh, that's a good question.
And generally how are orcs treated? Yeah.
to your eyes, they may as well be full orc. You can tell with Jethro. Jethro has a kind of, although he's big for a humanoid and a kind of person that lives in the town, his jaw is a little less pronounced. There's some variation between these guys, but you can't see, like, if they've got human or other humanoid blood in them. It's not like 50% like Jethro's.
Yeah, okay. Do you know where we are? And I'll raise my voice then, standing up. Like, do any of you know where we are?
Every figure that I can control shakes their head.
No.
I ain't got a
Not
fucking
a
clue. Let's start walking.
The giant is pacing about slightly, watching its step around everyone, but feeling uneasy. It is wobbling. It is not used to perhaps standing upright.
Hey,
It has a
Jethro,
hand.
ask him. It was Jethro who could speak with giants.
No,
was
it's
it? Or was it
Tor.
Tor?
No.
Okay, shout over at Tor. Ask the big man if he can see any trees or mountains.
Well, we've got trees all around us, haven't we?
There are some fallen trees. These are puddles. The dark greens things, and then the strips of kind of bright green are like dead felled trees. There is bits of plant life and
Yeah, I'm
things.
talking like forest, so we can climb
Yeah.
up and get a look, some shit
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, big man. You see any signs of life for trees or a mountain or anything?
The voice rumbles back, saying, "I don't think I can see further than you can."
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm going to tell the dragon spirit to defend everyone and keep everyone safe a second, and then turn into a fucking bird.
Okay.
He does
Uh,
this, don't worry
Giant
about it.
eagle. Who wants to see the terrain around the area? Anyone specific? Or
Oh,
jump on my back and see?
You're probably the best one.
Yeah, but I
for
can go up, but I can carry as well. That's
No,
fine.
you're all right.
Crack on, son.
Right, and I will fly up and scout surrounding area. I have 5 hours of flight time, if
Fucking
needs
hell.
be. So,
Okay.
and I'm sure I can see quite far when I'm like, fucking half a mile in the air.
You ascend. The first thing that strikes you as you begin to pick up speed is quite how bad the air smells. The air is moving more quickly now through your nostrils, but you can't escape that stench of like compost heap and rotten veg and
Head undergrowth.
old meat. Mushrooms that have gone far too slimy for you to want to touch them. Wood that has begun to crumble. That's the persistent smell. You ascend, and you ascend higher than the giant. And you reach the point where the fog is thick and dense. So thick that if it weren't for gravity, you cannot see the ground anymore. You cannot see this giant's head. Your dragon spirit is simply something that you know is there. The air is thick and torrid.
Any mountain-esque areas, any signs of light or on the ground?
The fog
Fucking-
around you remains dense. And now, with no point of reference, you can't tell how far you're seeing. It could be a mile with no features. It could be 2 meters. You are encased in this horrid, sickly light. Like it was in the hour before dawn. With no visible point of source. No shadows. Clearly.
I would like to cast guidance on myself and put my hand into some of the soil and or whatever is under my feet and try and determine what plane of existence I am on.
Okay.
Nature or something.
There's a couple of things I'm going to ask of you. Yeah, first of all, Sam, I'm going to ask you to make me... Give me a second. Gromlon stood kind of at the shoreline there. Are you happy with that?
Yep.
So the water is still and horrible and clearly like...
Don't
What's
drink
the word
it.
I'm going to use? Yeah, not going to be good to drink. Stagnant is the word, yeah. Absolutely. I'm going to get you to roll me, first of all, Sam, a perception test.
Hey.
Well,
Not 20.
26.
For a total of 26. Okay. Okay. Are you using your guidance for that?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll just use it again.
Yeah, you can cast it again at will. Yeah, absolutely. And then for
I really
Gromlon,
tried to think about this, so yeah.
Gromlon, especially because you're casting guidance, I'll invite a religion check.
Religion check. Religion.
Pretty good.
20.
20 total. Okay. I'll come right back to you. Tor, you are ascending. You are lifting higher and higher and higher, and you fly up for a few minutes. And you're confident. You know that you've been working hard. Your heart rate is going for it. The air is not getting any thinner. The humidity is... you're out in thick fog, and the humidity is starting to mottle at your feathers. You wonder if you keep this up, if they themselves will start to grow mold in this fetid air. From experience, you know you should be able to see miles, but you're not getting up above the clouds.
Okay. Well, I think I'll continue going up for a minute.
Yeah.
And then make a choice to go back down to where I can see from.
Yeah. Sam, you reach down into the earth, and it feels like dirt. It feels like moorland. The last time you were above ground in Lurich, to be honest, it didn't feel that much different. The ground is soft and loamy. The grass is barely holding it together, especially on the shoreline where it threatens to turn into loose sand. And you look out onto the water, and you wonder what is holding this together. Whether the water, beneath the water, what bit you can see seems to be that same kind of sickly, unnourishing grass that even a horse or a sheep would turn away. As if it has flooded or grown. This is certainly some kind of forsaken plain. What was the total on your religion check?
20.
20 total.
Yeah.
And you try to recall what you heard about. You try to think about what you have learned. Both since coming here and over the last day since encountering these travellers. This may be quite confidently. You have heard in your travels the idea of 9 hells being bandied about. And if ever you think to yourself there was a place designed for punishment and suffering, this might be it.
Sweet.
Out of character, it sounds like Nurgle's garden.
Let's find the boss of this place and kill the fuck out of him.
And then, Gromlin, as this comes to you, as you look out past this bit of shoreline, out onto the water, you see at last a ripple and a dark shape moving beneath it, and a tentacle burst upwards and outwards towards you.
Hentai.
Yeah, this is a bit gay. Can weeb shit. Get out of the water, boys.
Going to give you an opportunity to react.
Gather to me, lads.
Gav, you're moving towards you, and you're now in the water.
Oh, sorry.
See the dip.
So where you've been stood, the rest of you,
I thought
Sam
we were
is
in like low, ankle depth, swampy type. Okay, cool.
Hustle
Sam is the only person who's on the shoreline.
Wait, is it shore this side?
Nope.
No,
Where you are is dry.
We are on dry ground.
Right.
We have been
You are on
dry.
You are on dry ground. It's not particularly high, but I will encourage you to move in. Yes, exactly.
Get over
And
here, lads.
you rolled pretty damn well on your perception check, and so you
Yes,
can see
I
it coming.
did.
And what's the reach on this fucking thing? The tentacle continues to expand and continues to grow and emerge. And where you are there. As you're moving backwards, I'm going to make this attack with disadvantage, but you are quite certainly still in range.
17s. Maybe. Please tell me what you roll.
That's with disadvantage.
Yeah.
That's
totally.
23.
Sheesh.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah, cool. Okay.
It's the staff of shield, in case you were wondering. That's
Yeah.
what I was asking.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, to wonder whether you were going to hit that or not.
Yeah.
So, uses.
No, it just gives 5 AC, so it still would have hit me.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
25 points of damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
As the tentacle reaches up and wraps around your leg, it is there and it is tight. The creature has moved for its turn, and so it will not pull you away. But may I suggest you take some course of action here?
Like roll initiative,
Yeah.
or does it matter?
Keep the same one.
Let's just everybody take. Sam, you've been attacked. Tell me what you'd like to do. I don't expect this to be more than a round.
Yeah, move backwards.
You are grappled, so you can attempt to escape the grapple.
You didn't tell me that.
Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Yeah. The tentacle is around your leg. You are grappled.
Okay,
Yeah.
so its move was a grapple attack thing.
Its attack automatically grapples you
Roger.
because it's a squid tentacle that goes that is wrapped around you.
It's a fucking
And is it
kraken.
like, is it 6 foot fucking diameter, or are we talking something a lot smaller?
It's not 6 foot in diameter or anything like that. It's enough tentacle to go around a person, but the arm itself is not thicker than, say, a person's arm.
Okay.
Do I have a free hand?
Yeah, your hands are not restrained. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I would like to inflict wounds.
Okay. You make an attack roll with that?
Yeah, 2 seconds. That's 9. Not as high as I'd like. 16.
16 will not hit. It is too kind of slippery and wiggling for you to get your hand properly on it.
Okay, it's my turn.
Jethro, let's see if you want to react.
Is that? He's 15 feet away from me.
Yeah.
I'll whip my fucking shit. What's it called?
You've got your dagger on a string.
Excuse me
Yeah.
while I whip this out.
Splinter. I'll flick Splinter at it. And and ineffectively, I imagine. It's 13.
13 won't hit, I'm afraid.
Yeah, cool. Let's try.
Absolutely. Obadiah.
I will cast Enhance Ability.
Okay.
Bolt
On
Strength.
on Gromnon. Okay. So
What does that do?
you get advantage on an attempt to escape.
Okay. Look at us using our last spell slots.
The orcs here.
And the dragon was asked to protect us.
Yes,
It
it
was
will. Yeah,
still defend.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. But I think crucially what's going to happen here is Mr. Giant wielding a stretch of train track.
Nice.
It's going to just smash straight through the tentacle and me and kill me.
Remind myself what that gets to attack. What it's going to do is it's just going to kind of gently reach down, cradle a hand around Gromnon. And Gromnon, this is almost like being in a leather blanket more than anything else. It is not attempting to crush you.
Okay, that's nice of it.
And with the offhand will pull away at the tentacle. I'm going to give the giant an athletics check. And I think unless it really fucks this. What's the DC again? Okay.
Murders me.
Oh, that's just enough. Yeah, okay. I was going to say unless it really fucks it and then I roll a 5 on the die. Yeah, that's still just enough. The giant reaches down and strips the tentacle from around you. It feels quite unpleasant.
The tentacle or the giant?
The tentacle. The giant is being fairly kind, but having the tentacle pulled from you is, as I say, quite unpleasant.
Jed's got a gentle touch.
They have like tiny little barbs, don't they?
Yeah. But the quality of your armor is enough to prevent it from doing any further actual damage to you.
Okay.
And it is promptly released. And the source thereof backs away into the murky depths. Anyone there can make me a nature check. Tor coming down from the clouds, you will get a glimpse of this. You can make me a nature check if you want.
Can I thank the giant in, gestures, because I assume it doesn't speak.
And it
14.
It rumbles back at you.
19.
19.
Sweet.
Did that potion
Any
of
higher,
Hill
any
Giant-
advance?
Nope.
Sorry.
Yeah. Potion of Hill Giant.
That got
gave it
used
to
last
Sam,
week, didn't it?
And he ate it.
Cool. Yeah, I just want to delete it off my list.
I just deleted off mine as well.
Yeah.
I did eat one, yeah, I seem to remember.
Yeah.
With a 19, you get a glimpse of this thing, Tor, as you descend from the clouds, backing away. The creature itself is... How big is it? The creature itself is pretty damn large. You get that glint of a, gargantuan silhouette beneath the surface of the water. The very tentacle that came and reached Gromnon might be 20 foot in length.
Shit.
Okay, let's back away from the edge. You all right?
Yeah. That hurt.
I'll say, lads, get over here. And just
I,
the orcs to follow me.
I think we might be in hell.
Cool.
How do you mean?
Well,
I'm going to roll an Arcana check here. Or do you want a religion?
the
Good choice,
I will-
Jeff. Obadiah.
I will just say some, like recent studies into, well, what we thought earlier with your friend, Titus. It describes the 9 hells, and I think this might be one of them.
Well,
How do we get out
Death
of
and
it?
decay and
We're not
nothing
dead.
good.
We're not dead,
This is
right? So we don't belong here. So let's get out.
Yes.
well, I have a few spells left in me today. I could set up a protection where it would allow us to stay safe for the night.
As I come down, do I see any
It's a good idea.
good patches of solid land that are a bit raised up and away the
So-
shoreline?
The land goes forward. It goes north. It goes south. You're on a kind of stretch of grass, but descending now, and as it reveals, you can't really see further than I've drawn in. Even with kind of crow's vision or eagle's vision.
Cool. I like his rest idea. I'm a bit shagged.
As soon as I land, then I'm gonna say, yeah, need a rest. Think
You
sleep
see
may
anything
be
up
our
there?
best bet for now. No, it's this place seems like a realm of pestilence and disease. If anything,
Well, the
because
Right,
all
so
that's
yeah,
around
so-
is decay, foul thing. Not a
The
very nice place
giant.
to be
What
at all.
size is the giant? No, the
Huge.
giant's not going to fit in.
They are huge. Yeah,
I'll keep the giant
20
company.
foot.
Okay. I have 2 spells to cast. They'll take me about 10 minutes each.
Okay, no problem.
One of them should protect us from being found on this plane of existence. That's what I'm going to cast first. So I'm going to... Oh, and just to put the option out there, I can send one of us back,
Permanently?
not me. I think permanently, yes.
What we were talking about earlier.
I know what you're talking about there, Gav. Yeah, it would be permanent. Anyone can choose to fail the save on that. So, yes, it would simply, assuming that people's home plane is.
Yeah.
So, if it's what we were talking about earlier, the banishment, that incapacitate person being sent back.
No, it does.
No.
The
Banishment spell earlier, it says
Oh, the target is
incapacitate,
incapacitated. The target remains there until the spell ends.
Yeah.
No, that's only the harmless demi-plane.
so-
If you skip to the next paragraph,
Yeah.
it returns them to their home plane. Anyway, enough. We'll have to make do. So I'm going to cast Mordecainem's Private Sanctum.
Okay.
And I'm going to set up an area about 50 foot square. More, maybe.
I think we should
75
move.
foot square.
away from where that area over there. If Sam got fucking,
Well,
that's
we don't really have much of a choice.
Just stay
We're
in the
surrounded
middle.
by it.
Yeah, in the middle.
Yeah. So from here, I'm just going to draw a square on the board.
and I am going to thank the dragon spirit and dismiss. Bye bye. Ooh.
So over the course of 10 minutes, I'll be walking this perimeter, sticking, sticks into it with fucking various knots and fucking silver threads and stuff wrapped around them.
Maybe don't block planar travel within the area.
No, I think I'll block everything.
Block planar travel? What if what if something tries to pull us back into our own plane? I'm totally, absolutely out of character. Jeffrey, I don't give a fuck.
No one knows we're here.
Yeah, no, I'm blocking everything I
Cool.
can.
Don't even know where here is.
Yeah, I
Sound
don't.
can't get through it. Nothing can see through it. Divination spells can't pass through it.
I don't know of any magics that could pull us away from this plane from outside.
Not yet.
So that's going to cost
You
me
might be rubbish at magic. I don't know.
10 minutes to cast, and then I'm going to cast a
You're rubbish at magic.
Yes, I am.
I
tiny hut.
would a Fey spirit have knowledge of these realms?
9
This is
creatures can fit in there, so you can take all the orcs.
We take everyone except the giant.
I'm going to keep him company. Can't speak to him, but I'm going to. I'm just going to sleep outside with him.
Let's get one of
hut
the
is
what?
approximately
Surely
that
one of the
circle.
orcs can talk because how would they have organised the rebellion with?
I'll explain
But
to the orcs what
I'll
I've done
say-
after I've done it.
I'll say anybody want to wait outside with me? I'm going to keep the giant company, but I don't know. I don't know his tongue.
Well,
Cool,
there's
just
9 of
me
us,
then.
so at any point you guys can come
The giant
enter or
looks
leave this area.
down to you and mumbles in a kind of broken orcish.
Oh,
It speaks a little. It doesn't seem to speak common from what you've heard, but it does speak a little
doesn't speak
orcish.
to me.
I'll just say to it. I stay with you. You sleep. I protect.
I hope for skylights in darkness.
Yes, me too.
I have heard tale of them.
Yes. Ah, yeah, I saw one. Big one. Moving light on sky.
Giant looks
Oh.
astounded.
Yeah, but yes, lots of skylight. Maybe not here, but you will see some when we rescue you, if we can.
Okay. I'm just reminding myself of the rules for Private Sanctum.
I'll take a short rest if I can, and then I'll just sit up the night and watch the dragon while he rests.
Okay. So anything can walk in and out of the Private Sanctum, can't it? It's just,
Yeah, it can. I think. Let me just double check.
yeah, I'm just double checking that myself. I think it can. It's not like an actual barrier. It's a barrier to detection and... yeah, no problem.
But I have
All
allowed
right.
in my ritual. I have allowed both the giant and Jethro into the private sanctum or into the tiny hut,
the tiny hut. Yeah,
even though the giant won't fit.
yeah.
But it does mean
Okay.
that if shit
So
goes
we don't
down,
have
Jethro can
enlarged
get in here.
reviews. Oh wait, no, that only lasts for a short amount of time. What does it? It might be 8 hours.
Sorry, that Arcana roll was that I rolled earlier was a 23.
23. Okay. Now you
What
know
the hell's...
yeah. You know the spell Banishment. You've got some magical confirmation based on sorry, what am I trying to say? Sorry, I'm focusing myself. You know the spell Banishment. You've had some magical confirmation against the orthodoxy, against the kind of dogma that was taught to you in the churches and the temples of Lurich, that other magical planes certainly do exist. And that certainly, you have no doubt that is what has happened to you. You have been pulled from the material plane, and where you have been teleported to is not Lurich, or indeed any part of the world to which you could sail on a boat. Because because you have teleported before, and the effect of the spell was so unlike that you felt your body and the world around you pull apart and reform in the frequency that was being rung from the pitchfork, from the tuning fork hand of that possessed orc. Now, what you have seen and learned over the past couple of weeks. You've spent some time reading this book of
I do have
rituals
book
for the. Yeah.
binding and traveling.
You have books of binding and traveling. You have books of rituals and treatment of the dead, including old archaic rituals which are no longer heeded. And you have books of old words in old Lurich tongue. There are things in here that you would never have been taught in school or in church growing up. And so the conclusion that Gromnan has reached, that you have come magically to a place that exists for the punishment of the dead and for the embodiment of foul creatures. Yeah, that would seem reasonable. That checks out.
And kind of a light goes off in my head. Folks, I think we should burn the bodies.
All right.
And then, Jed, can I use a 4th level slot to cast a 3rd level spell?
Absolutely, yeah. Even if there's no upcast rules for it, yeah.
Cool. Okay, well, in that case, I've got one spell slot left at 4th level. I'm going to cast Speak with Dead.
Ooh.
On
Okay.
the orc.
No. I
Oh.
was thinking of on the... Well, see, this is why I'm confused. I'm saying this
Yeah.
in character. The orc felt like his speech, like he was being puppeted, like we have witnessed before. But then, why did the devils burst from the golden voice dwarves?
The golden voice dwarves were the ones that were not possessed. The regular dwarves were.
Ah,
The
Okay.
regular kind of rank and file dwarves.
so they could have been part of the cult. Yeah, okay.
Have high enough charisma. Without their wisdom save.
Nah, fuck it.
No, they're corruptible, is all it is.
Okay. No, I'm not going to bother.
I'm going to take a piss, but I think if you all are resting now, you can, as part of a long rest, amass a pile of orc and dwarf bodies and
Between
prepare to.
all of
And,
us, we should.
but effectively, take yourselves through the long rest.
Should pile them all up on the big dead fucking one.
I'll do a short
no,
rest, unless you can
I think
guarantee them safe.
because of the situation we now find ourselves in, and because I'm a nerd about funeral rites and death in general, I'm going to ask the living orcs what's their custom, because these bodies shouldn't be left. And I then suggest we burn the piles separately.
Yeah.
Just
Trophies are
to-
taken. Trophies are taken. Body belongs to whoever killed him.
Well,
But-
we don't want their body to belong to the lord of this place.
So we burn them, yeah?
Yeah. Set up the pile for the dwarves and a pile for the orcs. And the fallen giant over there. We'll do our best to set them.
Take what you
alive.
want from your comrades before we burn them.
Pay special heed to any food you may have. Because it doesn't look like there's going to be much to eat here. Tor, can you create food?
Well, some
Oh.
food.
Piss too.
Definitely create some.
Before we burn them, I'll just put it out to the group. Like, I could ask one of these a question, but I'm coming up blank. I don't know what we would gain if I asked the dead orc, who was their leader,
There'd be
Who
much
did you
might
make
not
a deal
know.
with?
because he might be possessed. Well, I suppose getting a name, if he knows one, could be handy.
On the subject of food, All of you have explorers packs or equivalent, scholars packs, etc., etc.
Probably.
Yeah.
I have. Not.
It's one of those things that's a standard item that you never
Yeah.
fucking have.
Every
and it
yeah,
happens.
you don't need to have added it to your character sheet. What I will rule, you've got, the means to make a bed and things like that.
You've got Goodberry, for fuck's sake.
Yeah,
You
that's
have got
what I was
Goodberry?
asking.
Yeah,
you.
fine. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, got Goodberry.
Okay.
So
Look,
should
I'm
be
gonna
fine.
before we burn, I'm gonna get the orc leader and cast Speak with Dead on him.
Didn't he?
Okay.
My last
The
spell for the day.
Okay.
the orc that was burst open.
Yeah, it should be interesting.
Yeah. No problem. What I was going to say now, if Vic's got Goodberry, then that's fine, and that kind of solves the problem. But I'll get everybody to roll a d10 and say that is how many days worth of food you have. Now that's not days for the group; that is days for one person. And if you're choosing to share it with the giant, will eat double.
Fuck.
And that's him on a diet.
You got
Him on a
seven.
good berry
I
diet.
got a 7.
Same.
1.
Rations. and
9.
Yeah, great.
7.
Fucking.
Yeah.
Something fat joke.
Yeah, he's just been storing up good berries.
Yeah.
Ovs.
So you have enough food for one person per day per what you've rolled on the die there.
Wow.
I'm gonna
No,
drink.
no, yeah,
I've got a bottle of wine. I'm gonna drink that before I go to sleep.
Seems fair.
great.
And yeah, so as I said, I'll do a short rest if it means the giant gets a long rest, just so I can guard him.
So you can definitely take watch during a long rest, and take turns sleeping between the two of you.
Okay.
Or somebody within the tiny hut can leave the tiny hut.
Yeah, the orcs can fucking do a watch between however many of them are left alive, the giant and you.
Yeah.
To make it. Oh, we all can. Just say we all do it.
Yes, an hour each.
Whatever it is. Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
9
8
of
of
us,
us.
so an hour
Oh, yeah.
each. Yeah.
Oh.
All right.
Wait. So
Casting the spell though on
Okay.
the leader, orc leader.
You are casting Speak with Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And the
Sorry, you go
Yeah.
do that first.
corpse stirs, stiffens again, similarly to what it did
A lot of
an
stuff
hour
goes.
before. Not even an hour before. The eyes move to meet yours.
Name the one you made a deal with.
Okay, what is his fucking name?
I rolled my braces. Sorry. His name is
Great.
Jerry.
No, I have got it.
Geraldine.
Yeah.
Reginald
word
Hoofter.
the word comes back out. Focalor.
Bless you.
Patron. Focalor.
Does it mean anything to any of us?
No, you have not heard this name before.
And when was the deal made?
Mhm. Dreams had come for 2 weeks, but not waking until before last sleep. No, after last sleep. You might say today.
We are stuck on this plane with 4 of your brethren and a giant. Do you know how we can get back?
No.
And any other ideas?
You've got that's 3 questions?
I'm looking at the spell and it says it lasts 10 minutes. That whole
Yeah.
3-question thing isn't here. Unless I'm just mental. 5 questions, okay.
5 questions total. Yeah, you've
Yeah.
used 3 of them. Yeah.
Hmm.
Who leads the Golden Voice plan?
I don't know why I'd know that.
Because he was a slave for years. Maybe he will. But it doesn't really matter. I don't have anything else to ask yet. I'll let
No.
the spell go.
Fine.
I can't think of it as a.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the orc looks over towards one of the corpses and said, you know, that one is eldest.
Okay. Yeah, I'll let the spell go and
Mhm.
let his mind rest,
Okay.
and then I'll burn him.
His mind rest being
No,
tortured by the demon that he made a pact with.
and then I'll defile his corpse.
Right. Long rest.
Yeah, take yourselves through the rest.
Alright. So I am doing a long rest then. I don't have to do
Yeah,
short.
go for it. Yeah.
Okay, fine. Gives me 1 extra health point.
It'll give you your hit dice back as well, there.
Yeah.
Those of you who have food can scratch some off, unless Tor is going to cast Goodberry.
1 in it.
Do you have a
I'll-
slot left? Yeah.
I'll keep the real food for now.
Oh, yeah.
And the good berry
Yeah,
for later.
actually, before we rested, I would have had 2 level 3 spells available.
But near level 3 on Goodberry. Oof.
Yeah.
It's great.
So I'll just use those on good berries and feed everyone.
Cool.
You'll get 10 good berries for a single slot, won't you? So
Yeah, so that's all. That's how the orcs out. We have a feast. We dine well.
And I guarantee you, they would look at it and think, "What the fuck?"
some discussion among the orcs about what the proper word is until one of them remembers the orcish word for fruit.
It's good for you. I eat loads of it. That's why I'm so big.
It will also heal them all of 1 health point.
But when I say that's why I'm so big, I'm like half the width of these orcs, probably.
Yeah. But you're fast, and you've proven this.
That's fuckable.
The tiny hut
Huh?
is dimmed and climate controlled, correct? And so is deeply comfortable. Those of you who have bedrolls can lay it out. Those of you who do not can lay down upon the mossy earth and be well protected. Outside of the tiny hut, but within the sanctum, The walls are darkened, but the light does not dim. And although you sit in stillness and quiet for what you are judging to be 8 hours, but if functionally just until you feel better, until you have slept some, until you have a time to eat and massage your aching limbs, night does not come. The light does not change. The private until after that time, Obadiah, you are the first to feel it coming, and then the rest of you will see the tiny hut bleed away into the air from which it was cast. The sanctum, however, is much more durable. It will last maybe 3 times this long. In which case you have opportunities to discuss plans, to decide what you would like to do.
Well, I would like to ritually cast Commune with Nature.
Commune with nature, okay?
Yeah. Which would give us an oversight of the area for 3 miles around. So let me know
Yeah.
any settlements. Okay. Terrain, bodies of water, prevalent plants, minerals, animals, people,
Yep.
powerful celestials, fays, fiends, elementals, or undead.
Yep.
Influence from other planes' existence, and buildings.
Got it. Okay. You instantly gain knowledge of up to 3 facts of your choice. So, talk us through, what does it, for those outside, and perhaps for you on the inside, what is it like as Tor sits down to cast Commune with Nature as a ritual? What does that look like?
Just start hearing him low chanting in his Welsh accent. With his fucking leaf stick in one hand, with his legs
Essentially
crossed.
sounds like fucking Abe's Odyssey when they're doing their spells. That's what you've just explained.
Pretty much.
Yeah, brilliant.
Then her tree
And,
root grows up as ours.
one stick in one hand, shaking, and chanting, while other hand is is stuck to the floor. It looks like he's listening intently. Wisps of ethereal-looking magic streaming off him. Yeah.
And your mind drifts and blends and begins to pick up on the twisting and the shifting of what passes for nature around you. And what comes back is not a voice, but an overlying feeling of malaise and fatigue and guilt at... This is the feeling that Tor does not know well, but will recall it. That feeling of having wasted time. That feeling of guilt at having spent another day idling when one should be working, at having put off an important decision. And now the deadline has come. And now the time is past. And that regret at having missed a chance, that is the feeling that comes back. But you have 3 questions specifically that you can ask of this landscape, of this plain, of the 3 miles around you. What would you like to know, Tor?
First one is, can I sense any buildings or sort of, any structures within
Yeah.
the 3 miles? And
Absolutely.
in which direction it would be, obviously.
To the north of you, there is a hut. It is made of wood.
Uh,
And to the south, there were more structures, and there is a confusion in the land as to how what remains does. But what is there is made of stone.
we've got something to the south.
There's something to the north that's made of wood, something to the south that's made of stone.
Okay. And I would like to know if I can sense any other planes of existence influencing this one.
Nothing other than the one that you are on. But there's again a kind of almost a voice of uncertainty. Am I sure? I don't think so. A kind of feeling of that. But no, nothing immediate.
And then the terrain between us and the 2 locations, the 2 places where there are buildings.
Okay. It is wet. It is murky. It is boggy, but it rises slightly, especially towards the wooden hut. But you are going to be in this marsh for a little while longer, at the very least.
Right. It's not a bad ritual spell, really. This
No.
situation.
Very much worthwhile here, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Right, so
Well, boys,
as we're gathering around having breakfast or whatever, what are we to do?
there's a building or something to our north. Not sure quite how far. Well, it's within 3 miles. It's too far. Far enough. And there's something to our south. So
Sure there is.
What's the
there's
difference?
some stone. Well, one of the buildings to the north is made of wood, and the ones to the south are made of stone. So
Well, stone sounds better. I like stone.
What's wrong with wood?
I don't know. I mean, I've got no problem with wood. My staff's made of wood, but stone, more permanent in it. Probably could be something useful there to get us home.
The orcs make noises of agreement.
Stone.
More solid, protected.
Yeah.
Got to be safe.
But isn't this hut interesting? Or wooden structure or whatever?
in a land of decay, yes. There's going to be something keeping it afloat, and I couldn't
Magical.
tell if there's any other planes intersecting with this one in any place. Bit of a mishmash of senses, to be honest. But the terrain between is just boggy crap. I could always do another casting and speak to the land again and see if there's anything more I could gain.
I'll
There's
say.
there's not many questions I could ask it, really.
I'll just mutter. He does a lot of weird shit. This one in Orcish.
So, imagine we were back home and we were lost in a swamp. And Tor cast his magics. And they revealed the exact same facts. Would we expect the person living in the hut or the person living in the stone building to be able to send us to another fucking dimension?
Could I tell whether the stone place was
But,
ruined? or...
hold on. We don't know anything about either one, so let's just go to one of them. Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
But
let's
I'm-
go.
What I'm saying is, like, why? Why go to any of them?
Any knowledge is better
Well,
than
do you
no
want to
knowledge.
sit here and eat good berries for the rest of your fucking life? Because I don't. Let's
You
go.
get
No.
eaten by that fucking squid.
But I could send 7 of you back now.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, well, see you
Just
later.
cast all
then.
his spells on banishment.
See-
Everyone else.
see-
Unfortunately, I
see
can't
you-
send myself back.
See you back here in hell when you die. Right, so let's go to the fucking rock building then.
But
Yeah,
do we
leave
know
you
do we know anyone in Mazenhall that could pull me
Yeah,
from this place to there?
We have no idea if we'd come out in Mazen.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Also, Jeffro, I don't know.
Since we go back to
How,
our plane, we could be in Shoe for all we know.
I don't
We
know
should
how
use,
well regarded we are in Mazenhall right now, seeing as we were fighting in the middle of a slave revolt. I mean, mea culpa, but we might not have many friends there.
I think that should be our last resort at the moment.
Jethro inexplicably speaks Latin, even though it's a non-existent.
That's Elvish.
language.
Yeah.
No, it's just
Yes,
non-existent
Elvish words,
language.
yeah.
It's
I
a
have
language
played
I
in a
made up
game where-
myself.
yeah.
So I had no siblings, so he just made up a language when he was a kid, and it happens to be Latin in our world.
I have
Or-
played in a game where the DM used Latin as Orcish, as standing for it. It was good.
Should be German.
My mate's campaign, he did German for all the goblins and orcs. So like he would
Yeah.
just like have Google Translate, and he would just spit something out in German with terrible pronunciation. But
Yeah.
I could actually half understood what he said.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Ugh.
South.
Well, we gotta go somewhere. We can't stay here.
It's a
Yeah, could I
it's a
tell
meaningless
whether-
debate. Let's go south.
Can I tell whether any of them were ruined?
There was a sense of the building to the south. There used to be more of it.
Okay.
So it could be a ruin.
So then I will mention to the people guys as well. Then.
The thing I will add. The same sense of uncertainty that you got about. You asked about influence from other planes. And it's almost as though if you were speaking to a chorus of voices, it was the same voice that said, "Oh, are you sure about that? Are you sure there's no influence? Are you sure? Are you sure about these buildings? There used to be more of that building, right? I'm sure we have some influence from other planes, don't we?" To which the rest are resoundingly no. It's an analogy, and that's not quite the way to think about it, but...
The buildings to the south could be giving me an icky feeling. Or something more is going on than is sure. Right, they're within 3 miles. How
sounds
fast
great.
does a flying creature fucking move?
In terms of miles per hour,
Yeah.
I don't know, what's 50 foot into miles? There's some mad fucking... yeah.
So that's 50 foot a minute, right? There's the AI.
Faster than us.
it's 50 foot per 6 seconds, so that's 500 per minute. It's
Far enough.
yeah.
Fast enough. Faster than all of us.
Whatever.
Okay,
You can't
so-
see because of the fog.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I can stay low just above tree height. I don't need to be able to actually see,
Yeah, true.
all over.
Okay, well, let's start walking south.
So yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna turn into the fucking. I'm gonna use, fucking wild shape. Turn
Okay.
into a giant eagle, and fly towards.
Okay. All right.
At
Um,
top speed.
as we set off, I'll ask the orcs what they did before they were slaves.
They look back and forth through one another, and
Before? Look.
one of them shrugs. There isn't really a before. One of them says he doesn't remember.
Or you were taken as children, or you were born in slavery?
Yeah. One of those. Both. Yeah.
All of the above. Well,
How long have the dwarves enslaved your people? Many generations. Do you know?
There's again a kind of shrug.
I always knew that high-cliff bastard was evil.
Hmm.
I'm going to exclaim.
Oh yeah, the old. Oh, I never liked him actually.
Well, there's still a
No,
lot
I
of good
didn't.
people in that town.
I didn't remember. I was arguing with him.
Yeah.
I got kicked out of the meeting.
Like, the Bright Irons are back there.
Yeah.
There's bound to be
Who are
other
they?
families.
I don't know
Good.
them.
Oh, good friends.
We-
Good friends.
We met a young lad, Apprentice Smith, man, dwarf named Bostic. Bostic Bright Iron. He was a good sort. He helped us out in a pinch. And we came back to Mazin Hall with him. We met his parents. Decent folks.
They're our only friends there, really.
Well, judging by your some of the friends you keep, I don't know whether or not I should be worried or happy.
Nah, they're good. They're all right.
Oh, we've got friends in high places.
I prefer to Titus, sir.
Oh yeah, you were wrong. Nah, he
The
was he
land
was my friend. He was just another.
narrows to a kind of spittle.
Mm,
Um,
delicious.
this is puddle, and I will just slightly blue the water. Can I have people in a marching order placed on the map? I know Tor is flying ahead.
I was pretty impatient to get.
You are travelling from the map towards the initiative table. So the map is to the north. The initiative table is.
Are the orcs coming with us?
The orcs are coming with you. The giant is coming with you. I will
Green's
let
giant,
you.
right?
The big green is the giant. Yep.
Jolly green giant.
Green Giant.
Ho ho ho.
If Jeff Rowe's out in front, Giant behind.
As soon as I
giant at
get
the
to
back.
the thingy, I want to circle it and then head back to the guys.
Which way are we headed, sorry?
Look,
Saf.
South. Yeah.
Towards
So I was
the map.
Yeah, I was doing
Towards,
like a
towards
gag.
the initiative table. The map is to the north.
Do you want us
The
further
initiative,
back?
the initiative table is.
Do you
Oh,
want us- do you
Yeah.
want us like further back?
I'll move you up the table a little bit, maybe. Yeah, but I no, it kind of doesn't matter where, to be honest. It's fine. As you like.
Dick's on a swivel, boys. That fucking squid could be here.
I'm gonna take a leak back in a sec.
And with that
Okay.
in mind, Jethro, I'll invite everyone to make me a perception check, please.
I don't want to.
You can choose not to if you like.
I've taken the piss.
Yeah.
23. Okay, I'm going to have really bad luck next session.
15. Yeah, you are.
Use the red dice. So.
20.
Okay.
I don't know if I get any bonuses because I haven't got Eagle's fucking sheet up.
Okay.
Sorry, back.
Didn't know you were gone.
Would you like to make a perception check for me, Gav?
Sure. 6.
6 total. Okay. So Sam, you had a 23 at the top. Was there anyone higher than 23?
Yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to check. As you walk through the mire, this seemingly endless bog, what kind of bird have you wild shaped into, Tor?
Giant eagle.
And are you just flying dead ahead, or are you swimming
Yeah,
back and forth, making sure you know where the group are? Or
I've got advantage on perception checks. 50. Yeah, I'm scouting ahead because I've got 5 hours of fucking
okay,
3
so you,
miles. Out.
so your intent is just to go ahead and head on through.
Yeah, and then circle the thingy, check it out, and fly back.
Okay, no problem. Okay, in which case I'll invite you to make me a perception check. You have advantage. What did you roll on your perception check?
15.
15 total. Okay.
Yeah, and I got 5 plus 20.
Okay. I'm not going to draw it on the map, but I will describe for you what starts as you have passed by some downed trees, the odd spot of rot, and some larger plant growth in occasional places, and then suddenly a darker spot in the mist ahead of you, and you come upon moss-clad, the unmistakable wall of a stone tower. And passing by it with a 15. This tower is
It's 20 overall, plus 5
for,
in my.
for a total 20.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. In which case, you pass by the remains of a circular tower. Maybe 2/3 of it is open and fallen, except that there are not stones remaining from where it has fallen. What had fallen from it, but the parts there's about 1/3 of the wall is well intact, and the rest appears to have been taken away. There is a round floor, maybe 40 foot in diameter, which is stripped bare of furniture, furnishings, anything like that, but is also not, it is just bare stone. And with a total of a 20, you can make out in the part of the wall that remains what looks to you from your time in temples like some kind of divine icon set into the wall.
Okay.
Past that, there are the footprints, and you can only really tell this from the way that the grass has grown differently. Again, the stone that might have remained is gone, but the footprints of a couple of huts, just 2, and then just past that, the very tops of a number of headstones sticking out from a pool of this same fetid green water, where there is a graveyard that has flooded. And then the last thing you notice as you circle back, flying fast now because you are excited, you are eager to get back to your friends and tell them what you have seen. You see 5 figures. Humanoid, perhaps person-shaped, sized. Pale though, unhealthy looking. Dressed but barely, like the worst peasant you have seen working a field or scrubbing a floor.
Like one of the undead we've seen crawling from the grave.
Yeah, not shambling like that, but standing, considering the tower. you catch the faintest glimpse of a voice, although it is maybe hoarse and not much higher than a whisper. And you've turned to fly back to your friends to tell them what you have seen.
Hmm.
For those of you walking through the marsh, you tramp, you squelch, you try to pick out the drier, nicer sections, but it isn't long before water seeps into your boots before
How far between me and them getting back? As soon as I'm
It-
back, I'm gonna rich cast walking on water for everyone.
it's going to be a minute or so. You've gone maybe a mile and a half ahead of them. They're about halfway by the time you're getting there. So it's going to be a minute or so yet. 3 miles. It isn't really 3 miles to get there, but where 3 miles should take an hour, it might take an hour and a half on this terrain. Gromnan has stepped up to his waist in a puddle that he did not see.
Cool.
And although it won't slow you, it really isn't nice. One of the orcs laughed before he did the same.
Thanks.
Got splattered all up to his shoulder. But it is another orc that drifts from the pack, stands at the shoreline and kneels, looking at the water.
Don't do
Clearly
that.
gripped by thirst.
I'll shout at him if I can see him. If the
And
fog
as-
is too thick.
And yeah, you can, absolutely. Its hand is lowering to the water,
Now
perhaps to
grab
scoop
it.
some and maybe take a drink.
Don't drink that, you idiot.
Grab
I'll
him.
say in Orcish.
And as you reach out your hand to grab this orc, Jethro, from the water where you had not seen it, comes a tentacle.
Vug.
Its arm wraps around this orc's arm,
I cut off his arm. No.
and it sweeps away into the depths.
No! Shit.
Oh, well, if that thing's effectively just hungry, that should sate it for an hour.
Fuck.
You can hope.
Don't drink the fucking water. It's fucking swamp water. It's really bad for you. I don't know why I'm speaking that accent now.
And
Be better than dwarf piss.
stay away from the edge.
Careful.
Who's drinking piss? Don't drink piss. It's not normal.
Well,
Give you bad breath.
piss or bad thirsty. Gotta make a choice sometimes, eh?
Ugh.
But dwarf piss, yeah, not good.
Ugh.
Yeah. Ugh.
I'll go up to the guy that's on the edge here, Jed,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll just, hand on shoulder and say, stay away from the edge.
The orcs look a little upset at the loss of their friend. This wasn't the oldest among them. It wasn't the youngest.
He was the dumbest.
Yeah, clearly.
Just keeping a close eye on these guys now.
Will you do anything else, or will you continue on through the swamp?
I'll reassure them that Tor will be able to make them water. I've no idea if that's true or not.
It
Gonna
is
give him
true.
piss. Turtle piss.
Turtle piss sounds better than dwarf piss.
They're like birds.
Oh, I
it
doubt
comes
it.
out as one thing. Like the piss and the shit comes out in one substance, I think.
Cloaca.
Cloaca.
Like a
Yeah.
bird. Yeah.
And they also don't piss for ages, and when they do piss, they piss a lot.
All right, we've spent entirely too much time
Talking
talking
about
about drinking
about.
piss. So let's get the fuck on with this.
Tor's flying wings appear from the cloud above and overhead. Until you claim you see your friends standing slightly shocked by the water's edge, but perhaps continuing on to this thicker section.
Okay. And then there. Deep bird. Tell everyone what I've seen. Say I 5 suspicious people looking by the tower. But it's a ruin pretty much. There may be something there if we're lucky.
Were they
Might have to do
dead?
a good investigation. They looked potentially dead, but not necessarily actually dead. They looked very emaciated.
Mostly dead.
Yes,
Very confusing.
Could be prisoners of this place.
maybe.
Or lost souls.
And then
Well-
we'll look around, see people drenched in gunk, and take the
How
10
long does
minutes
it
to
take?
cast. 10 minutes.
For muddy boots. Yeah.
Well, it's not muddy boots, it's moving quickly. No, you don't go splashing into wet, boggy ground.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, whatever.
Then, yeah, I'll cast fucking, a ritual cast wall walking, which will
Yeah.
let us move a lot
If he's
clearer.
doing that, do we need anything identified? No.
No.
Okay. Cool.
Think of.
I don't
Yeah,
think we
just
found anything magical
keep watch
for a
while
long
he's-
time.
While he's keep watch while he's doing that.
So we all get water walking.
Anyone other than Tor can make a perception check again.
$18.
22.
6. There you go. Just turned.
The finest perception check I've ever made.
Okay. What was your story, Gav?
22.
22. Gromnon, you were looking another way,
Yes,
but Obadiah and Jethro are able to pick out the ominous black shape moving in to this cove here.
I will cast light on a stone or a branch or something by the shore where it is.
And when you do that, it turns, darts away.
Things not just hungry, but malevolent.
Well, once this is cast, it's going to find it hard to pull anyone under the water.
Bloody hell.
So what thing was malevolent?
Giant big tentacle hentai beast that's, you know, the thing outside the fucking gates of Moria.
Right, okay.
Okay, and once it's cast, we can move pretty quickly.
Yeah,
Alright,
moving off.
moving.
Just checking the... Yeah, cool, okay. No problem, okay. Just checking rulings on things, okay. And the ground goes easier. You were able to step as though you were back on stone or solid track and follow the shifting of the landscape onwards. And before long, as described by Tor, I think you're back up again. The land broadens.
Well,
And you're able to make out
Nothing good.
so if this
we're
is
in hell.
Exactly. The only good thing down here is the music.
Yeah.
They might have a McDonald's.
No, they definitely have a McDonald's. No matter about it.
No, it'd be a wimpy.
Is that even a
I
thing?
haven't seen one in years, so
Oh, it's the thing anymore.
Yeah, little chef will be done.
Exactly.
Is it drawing a picture?
yes.
Jed, I'm gonna pass my. I don't know if I've given it away in the past, but I have a dagger +1.
Okay.
Or it's on my character sheet.
Yeah, I recall you having that. Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a chance I gave it away.
No, I don't think you did.
No. Okay, I'm gonna pass it to one of the orcs.
It does ring a bell, but I don't remember who you might have given it to. Yeah.
Titius? No.
No, no, it isn't.
I wouldn't. No, it would have been an NPC in need. I'll go back through my notes, but like they're fucking 20 pages.
20. Amateur.
I'm gonna use.
oh,
Did I give you the braces of slight defense yet, Gav?
No, I don't believe we did that.
Well,
Officially.
you have them now. It's a homebrew item, so give yourself something that
It's-
gives you +1 AC.
Cool. And what I'm gonna do now anyway is cast mage armor on myself, so that'll
Okay.
be the same effect.
Isn't there a ring of protection like +1 or something?
Yeah, I don't think the shit like that stacks though.
Yeah, multiple
yeah,
sources
it
of
will.
the same effect. If they're magic items, they'll stack. Like if it has the same effect, but it's not literally
Oh.
the same spell.
I'm just thinking, for sake of giving yourself the actual item, you can just give yourself a ring of protection.
On D&D Beyond or something.
Yeah. We'll give you a +1 to saving throws as well, but I mean, it's a +1 AC, so. Or you could just homebrew it, if you could be bothered.
To figure out how. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's why I just look for the ring of protection, because it just gives you +1.
Give you +1 in a minute.
Yeah.
So I gave myself a ring of protection, add it to my equipment, and then just discount one number from all my AC.
No,
Oh, no.
from your saving
Doesn't seem to do
throws.
that. It didn't seem to bump my saving throws.
You have to attune to it.
Oh yeah.
I'll just keep them on me and then just change the name to say Gav.
Is the item not shared amongst the campaign, or is it just?
Oh, I don't fucking know.
It's weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's weird. Jed tried to share me things and it doesn't work.
Yeah, like official items and things that are published do. I think the dagger I was trying to give you, Sam, before I hadn't published it properly because I didn't want to make it private. But I didn't have an issue giving Gex
the braces of defense,
yeah,
they homebrew?
the bracers of displacement were a
Displacement,
homebrew
sorry,
item
yes,
that I made.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I made them myself, and I've been able to do it kind of before and since. Yeah, it's because I didn't publish it properly, Sam. The
Yeah,
gospel in.
Yeah.
And that
So
was
it's good
the issue.
weather.
I was just like, oh, well, you guys are in the same campaign, so I should just be able to give you a link, and I didn't. But, that's life.
That's
It
what
isn't
people
life. It
say.
doesn't need to be life. Yeah.
I'm gonna get beer out the fridge.
Yes. I have nothing to add until we're there.
Yeah.
I don't think. Other than being eyes. It's Mage Armor stack with Jeffress stuff.
Ooh, I don't think so. Because, yeah, so basically Mage Armor is one way of calculating your AC, where basically it says your AC is this plus your dex.
Hmm.
What does it say? It's 13 plus your dex for Mage Armor?
I think it's 14.
Is it 14 plus your dex modifier?
Oh, I haven't read the actuals.
Mage Armor says your
13 plus.
Yeah. So Mage Armor says your AC is 13 plus your dexterity, and Unarmored Defense says your AC is 10 plus your dexterity plus your thing. So they conflict, basically. They're both kind of specific rulings as to what your AC is. Versus, for example, a shield, which just says you get +2 to your AC. And if Unarmored Defense had come along and said you can add your Wisdom modifier to your AC if you're not wearing armor, then it would be a bonus rather than a new way of calculating, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here.
Because otherwise you could take lizard folk and multi-class barbarian and monk and just come out with like obscene AC by level 2 without wearing armor.
No, I was just wondering because it's a buff, isn't it? It's a buff spell.
Mage.
It's
Okay,
not a
yeah.
class feature. That's what.
Yeah.
That's what I was wondering.
I follow you. Yeah, Mage armor is not a bonus to your AC. It is a new calculation of your AC.
Yeah.
In the way that like shield says, you can add it to your AC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The spell shield. I mean. And then things like bark skin. Bark skin's fucking terrible. Because bark skin is your AC is whatever it is, it's 15 plus your dexterity or something like that.
Yeah, better off just staying in your shield.
Well, that's exactly. Like, yeah, bark skin's not worth the spell slot that it costs for the level that it is. Anyway. You are approaching this tower. Now, the area that I've kind of redrawn is where the wall exists, but you can kind of make out enough of what's going on ahead of you. What you have here is a kind of pool of water with gravestones sticking out of it. There are figures moving around. No, they're closer to it, actually. They've got their backs to you. I'm going to kind of recount where I've positioned these. They are close and they are considering. They're looking at the wall and the stones and talking among themselves. And as you draw closer, you all will spot this one in particular raise its hand to the wall, touch it, and then withdraw as though burnt. And turn and talk some more. They are talking in low voices, so it's hard to make out. You can hear the kind of whispers.
Are we like sneaking?
Are you attempting to be quiet? Talk to me about your approach.
Well, we've got a fucking 20-foot giant stomping behind us.
Yeah.
So I will be strolling up confidently.
No. No, they're probably going to have heard us for a while.
We got a Jethro.
Yeah.
We're good.
Sorry, what was that? Couldn't hear you.
The water spell is preventing splashing. The water walk is preventing any splashing. You are not making noise as you step. The ground is very soft, but you are not leaving footprints because the ground is so waterlogged. You are all but effectively being suspended above it.
Let's troll up, making no.
Oh, I already
We
hollered.
outnumbered them, and we got magic. So
Yeah.
Outnumber them.
Yeah.
We're making
I-
no
I-
sound.
I
We've
did
had a long
I did
rest.
holler that. Like,
Yes.
Yeah,
The most
And as-
important thing,
1 second.
Oh,
we are rested.
keep them away from the edge, you fucking orcs.
oh yeah, orcs follow me.
Yeah, I'm knackered.
I'll be right back.
You better.
I had the idea that there's a chance that this tower or some building could be linked with the building in whatever that town was called, where
Oh yeah, I know you.
was it Beden's
Beddon.
Rest?
Bed and reach.
No, it wasn't Beden's Rest. It was before Beden's Rest. It was where the old man Beck, Lord Beck. Remember we went to a different
Oh
dimension?
yeah, that was. Oh, you mean the tower in that dimension? Yeah.
Oh yes, yeah.
Ansel.
The
Ansel?
in-person D&D game.
Yeah, you think it's linked to that tower that fucking wanker has?
Could be.
So, Beck's, Lord Beck in the Midlands, along the river, before we met his son, who was in Beden's Rest, just below Mazenhall. So that bit of fucking trans-dimensional shenanigans.
You could be onto something, isn't it?
Yeah, that's better than what I'd come up with.
Mhm. Right.
As you approach, chattering, one of these pale figures turns, spots you, looks alarmed, anxious, taps his friends on the shoulder, and they all turn to you.
A wave as non-threateningly as a 7-foot orc can.
And the expressions turn, change. There is still this anxiety, but it's punctuated with hope, excitement, and after a
Okay,
little bit, Hmm?
Sorry, go on.
the faces are pale, animated like a person's, but like a reflection, like a shade, like a drawing that has been rubbed out. You can still make out the features, you're just not sure how they're still there. The whole body is like that. It's almost as if the daylight were coming through them. They're clearly quite weak creatures, physically at least. Whatever this is.
Creatures. Are they just humanoid shape and not humans?
Well, I mean, a person counts as creature, as far as the rules go.
Okay.
I'm using that term in a general sense.
Beings.
They don't appear undead. They appear like souls in a different plane.
They aren't like undead that you have met before, that's for sure.
Okay.
Come, friends. You look hungry.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, are we friends?
Yeah, why not? You guys from around here?
Oh,
Or you
well,
found yourself trapped here.
not originally, but
Yeah, it was. Us neither.
tell you
Where are
what.
you from?
um, a good question.
Can't you remember?
I guess not.
How long have
Oh,
you been here?
oh. And there's another one of them answers and goes, no. Good question again.
Do they sound like... Does it sound like a Lurich accent?
Between the four of them, there's a little bit of chatter, a little bit of murmuring. The voices are coming out in common. It's a speech that you understand. But no, they don't sound like they're from Lurich. And after a moment, one of them, the first one that spotted you, after they've spoken among themselves, says, "You couldn't do us all a favour, could you? Any one of you? You should be able to do this.
Do what?
You guys are still alive, right? You're not dead."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Are you dead?
Oh,
That's very
yeah. That's for sure.
Oh well. Sorry to hear that. Sorry for your loss.
Oh well. We deserve it, I'm sure.
Do you remember it?
I don't know. Do you guys remember dying? And there's a kind of maybe.
Well, do you remember what you were doing before you were dying?
It's been a bit of a twat, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably deserved it then.
No, never mind this. You guys couldn't help us get some stones down off of here, could you?
What for?
Well, we're trying to. Our boss has got us building a wall, and he
Yeah.
says go out and get some stones, and so we've got to take them home.
I don't know. Building a wall doesn't ever seem like a solution to me.
Oh, well,
Well, have you ever lived in a house?
the alternative there is, yeah, that's what I mean, is they're going on his house, you know?
Oh,
He wants an extra floor.
I'll have a look at it. I'll have a look at the tower.
bosses do. Who is this
your
boss?
Yes.
What is this guy's name?
Jean Ralphio.
It's not John Raffio.
Fuckler.
The Rufio.
It's not Focalor. I know it's a good question, but it is. Yeah, right. Sinolas. He's got a pretty decent house in Menarus. Keeps a few of us around. A few of us still get to work, and then he's got the decent collection of the old chains. I'm surprised that we've been able to get out, but and he
Chains?
gestures down. Yeah. Oh, you guys are not from around here, are you?
No, we said that already.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Cinerus got a decent sized house. Thinolas, that's his name, is in Minorus. Minorus is the place where he lives.
Kid.
Yes, I know. I'm reading out of setting guide for this. This is fucking 5e appropriate lore. I didn't
Oh my god.
write this bit. I know, yeah.
I just thought it was a fantasy name generator striking.
Yes, I know. Yeah. Sinolas, Minorus is one of the 9 hells in
Right, yeah.
5e lore.
Oh, the bug hell.
Yeah, absolutely.
How tall's the tower?
This current one?
Yeah.
It's tall enough that the giant could put its hand on the top easily.
Oh, okay. In that case, watch this, lads. I'll sprint up the wall to the top and start kicking rocks down.
Yeah, sure. And you do. There is still fittings, and you can see where a roof would once have existed.
Getting in there.
I look inside the tower.
And you look down upon bare flagstones at the floor.
There's fucking loads of treasure in here, boys.
Well, look for a basement.
I'm at the top of the tower. The basement is going to be at the bottom. Why don't you look for it?
Oh yeah, we're not gonna get in your way or anything like that. You guys feel free to go ahead. Like we
Yeah.
can't. It seems like we can't quite for whatever reason.
Yeah, I'll
And the
help.
one
I'll
yeah.
help, but I'll just continue kicking rocks down to them.
You're able to no, I'm not even going to invite a check for it. You're able to dislodge some of the stones that are up at the top. It is cyclopean in the sense that effectively the way that it's built is with stones piled on top of one another. They are fairly even in size and shape, but they're, some of them are as big as your torso.
Yeah, I can pry at them with my quarterstaff to knock them off.
That's it. Things are held in place by, it seems to mostly just be the moss and the ivy holding it in now. And on the outside of it, there is lots of plant life. The inside is bare. And that flagstone floor is still, kind of untouched by the overgrowth and the rot.
Nice and clean in here.
Yeah, would have been a nice place to rest.
No rest for you. Tell me about this Tinalas,
So that's
boss.
yeah. No, well, Master was supposed to call him.
Oh,
Is
he dead?
Pardon?
I whispered, is he dead?
No. He's very much not of the dying sort.
Is he red?
I wouldn't describe him as red. Kind of. Don't know.
Not commie.
Fleshy, greenish.
Ooh.
Like you ever leave a ham out in the sun for a bit too
No.
long?
No wonder you're in hell.
Who
You
would?
know,
Who would?
Wasting good ham.
Who would?
like when
Ah.
you've not cooked your bit of beef and you leave it out a bit long and it goes rancid.
Jesus, your analogies, they go from...
Who
Okay,
wouldn't eat beef? Oh. The idea of wasted food offends me.
Yeah.
Jed, I'm going to walk over to the tumble down wall and climb
Yeah.
over.
Absolutely. You can go around quite easily.
Oh, well, I didn't know which was high and which was low, but
So the section
I go into it.
Yeah,
It doesn't really
absolutely.
matter.
The section that Jethro is on is maybe 20 foot tall. It's tall enough that the giant could match up with it. Jethro can run up the side because he's skilled in that way. For yourself, you can go around.
I'll go around and I want to cast Detect Magic.
Yeah, absolutely. And you get a pretty decent ping very specifically in this circular area. And then more prominently from markings, I'll do it in a different colour. Let's go for just a straightforward white. From something set at ground level into the wall here. There's a little alcove, not deep enough to even stand in, but set into it is the kind of statuary or icon which would be given particular reverence in a place of worship. And that gives you quite a strong ping.
Look.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't recognize it at all. Obadiah doesn't, but it is. What is it?
I kick a small rock down at Obadiah.
Do you want to make an attack roll out of that, or
just like a pebble? Just like
okay, just a pebble. Yeah, just a teaser.
I will
Okay.
cast banishment on
Yeah.
Jed.
Yeah. Yeah, CC next session, bye.
Fuck off.
Brilliant. What am I looking at? Sorry. The Grubman says.
Yeah, I'm calling you over. So there's an alcove here. There's a statue in it that I don't recognize.
These guys are now standing up. Between you, if you're both looking at it, one of you can make a religion check with advantage.
I will help Grumnom with all the
I have
evidence I've
+1.
seen in the last. Oh well, in that case, you shall help me.
He's just
Yes.
a bullshit religious man.
The
I'm
pale
not a religious fan.
the pale fellas are standing at the edge. They're looking in on you, and they're saying, "Oh yeah, yeah, that's. I think that's the reason that we can't go in there."
Rolled unnatural 20.
Total 20. Okie dokie. Yeah, you are quite confident that this is what's going on here. You'll recall the effects of the Hallow spell being put in place in, for example, the Temple of Dawn Light that was in Ansil, speaking about that. That is certainly the effect that is going on. It is keeping out these poor lost souls. And protecting the area from kind of
Well,
corruption.
my priestly training tells me this is keeping the souls from going in, yes.
Yeah.
And protecting this area.
Yeah. That they
Tell
are.
me,
Yeah.
Gentlemen, this river, this sea,
Oh, yeah.
what is it?
Oh, well, see, round here, the Styx gets awfully slow and thick. So,
Ring a bell to me?
yeah, so from what you have, and to Gromnon also, having heard tales about hells, the Styx is the river that flows between these planes and layers of hell. It is travelled. Now, for the total of the 20, this religious icon, you don't recognise it distinctly, but there is something that is ringing in the back of your mind
Is it tinnitus?
about the way that it is set and the way that it is laid out. You recall where you were maybe 2 weeks before, the night before Midsummer, as you were advancing on Shymeet. You stopped to spend the night in the ruins of an old hut on a hill,
Yes.
where you were
remember.
stalked by 2 displacer beasts.
Yes, I do remember that, yeah. Well, I
6
don't.
months ago in
Probably
real life.
doesn't.
Yeah, absolutely. More than that, I think. Yeah, absolutely.
It's been a long 2 weeks.
Yeah. And there was a similar alcove there.
Where? Sorry?
So,
South of Shymeet, there was a hill with a ruined house
Oh,
on
yeah,
it.
yeah, got it.
yeah, that's where you were attacked by the displacer
Yeah,
beasts.
yeah. I remember.
There was a ruined
Sorry, I literally
building
just
there
my
that
ears
had a
switched off
similar
in 5 minutes.
kind of alcove, although nothing was there. There was no icon or anything like that. There is one here. A kind of idol is the word I'm looking for there.
So we could try something. Tor,
Try
do you
it.
have any?
Yes.
I'm thinking I could send Tor back temporarily. If he had a way of sending a message. And then recall him back here. To see where he appears. Is there any link between this place and ours?
Only message spell I've got is like animal thingy, like, animal messenger or whatever it is.
Ah, so that won't work.
No, it's not great.
Ah,
I am
if only
very
another one
curious
of you was
about,
the competent wizard.
where these fellas came into this realm from, where they
Oh, they died.
started. Yeah, they died, but when they turned up here, where were they? Where was it? Where they turn up here from? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Well,
Jesus.
where is Minorus?
So do.
Oh yeah, we can walk back towards Minorus. Takes us a little while to walk it, like, but we'll be slower with stones. And then there's the the creeper in the water.
Do you have to cross those sticks?
Gromlin sneezes.
No, you can walk it.
Well, we can.
That's what I mean. Is you don't have to. The ground stays up most of the way. Tell you what, was it yourselves stopped in that big black square some hours ago? I think we'd have walked right past yous.
Ah,
Big-
so you're to the north.
Oh yeah. Be a little while. We've got to go past the witch's hut and then, stay away from water and that because it ain't safe.
The witch's hut. Tell us more.
Oh, we don't. She's not good to talk to. She doesn't bother us. She might. She might want to talk to you. We just use it for navigating.
Hmm.
Well, the stories go that you need to cross the river Styx to get to a place like this.
You would go down. You could. Minorus is places you could get a boat and pay a boatman.
Oh.
Take you to the land of the living.
Maybe. I don't know. We've not got coins like. Himself doesn't pay us.
What coins is it they use here?
Well, just 2 coins. So he said 2 coins per layer, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, sorry,
Right.
Timmy, I just look. I only have message, so I'm useless.
I got a big stick.
But please,
Not that I'm a wizard.
thank you very much.
Sorry.
Anyhow, we've got our building blocks, so yeah, would be welcome to travel with us. I reckon we could make up a kind of bargain whereby you could cover, if you wanted to carry yourselves a building block each as well, that would be, we'd consider that our part of the bargain, and then you could come with us and we'd show you the way through the swamp to Minorus if you'd like.
Hey, Tor, do you know what the big man's name is?
Oh, I'll ask him in Orcish. Big fella, what name?
wait, big boy.
Me Jethro.
Idiot.
What's the
The
big
giant,
man's name, Jess?
the giant's name is Murmur.
Murmur.
Yeah, that's all.
I'll
Alright,
give him a
Murmur.
friendly headbutt.
Well,
Shit.
It seems like some sort of place of minor sanctuary along this.
what about the witch?
We decided to go this way. That's the other way.
Yeah.
Yes, but Mymar, wherever the town
Yeah,
is
it's
the other way.
past the witch.
Minorus, yeah.
Oh, is
So
it? Oh, alright. Well, we can still
Yeah.
say hello.
the witch
But-
might know something.
Oh, I wouldn't trust.
You robot out. Wouldn't trust. Wouldn't trust.
So,
We lost you.
Yeah, we
heard-
lost you.
Yeah, okay,
I
fine.
wouldn't trust.
It
I
sounded
wouldn't
like
trust
you were going to say, I wouldn't trust women.
I wouldn't trust what she says.
There we go.
I don't trust.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then normally we've got Chains with us, but I reckon they didn't want to come here. And
Chains?
she's not on good terms with them at all.
Wait, is Chains a person?
Well, it's a few of them, isn't it?
Oh, I thought you were talking literal chains.
Yeah, they've got. Yeah, that's what they're called. Like, pardon me, that I think the term is harmatula, but we don't.
Bless you.
We're not allowed to say we know that language. Like,
Fair enough.
Like,
but it.
Okay.
right. We somehow cross the sticks, or we go back and wangle away into fucking some knowledge that'll get us sent back.
Hmm.
I reckon the way
Or
back seems...
we force a witch to send us back.
A witch isn't going to be any more powerful than me.
I don't
I
know.
wouldn't
It's
be so
magic
sure of
bollocks.
that.
Gotta be some power to be surviving in these fucking lands.
Hmm.
Hmm. Okay. Well,
What do you say,
Jethro,
orcs?
What's the deal?
Well, now we can go and see presumably the demon who runs this place in his town. See a witch, or what was the other one? The ferryman.
well, we still need coin to pay him.
Got coin.
Hmm.
Don't know if it's good in this place, but we've got coin.
Is there a special type of coin? I'll ask the four souls.
Oh well, no. I mean, it's all rich or poor, you all end up the same here, right? It's
He's deliberately not answering that
And
question.
is that how you came to this realm? Came on the ferry?
yeah, but we only could get this far, like. Sure, it's not better off. Well, maybe.
So you died and your soul was ferried here on a boat.
Sounds about right.
Right. Well,
But listen, I can't vouch for those four. Only you four what are not been bargained for as it is, like.
Wait, what?
Well, the four of them, there's been a bargain made for them. They can come with us, like, but I can with Yo. I can say if Yo carry rocks for us, we can get you there safe, and that's a bargain.
Right.
The rest of Yo's, you fellas, well, him what's big and
Yeah.
those.
Orcs.
Yeah, that's the word. We don't have people like yous well anywhere. They's already got protection, maybe.
Is that good?
Anyway, we can't make a bargain with them, like.
I don't know if I want people making a bargain with me.
But are you coming?
Yeah, we're coming, right?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
The
If we
four kind of.
Sorry,
Yeah.
if we can ask Murmur carry a few stones, but like
Yeah.
ask also Jethro not to, destroy the wall entirely. Just kick off a couple more.
Yeah. The four pick up one large rock each and grip them to their chests.
I'll grab one as well.
Murmur is able to get a fistful and tuck them into his kind of the crook of his arm.
He's a good chap, isn't he?
Yeah.
The 3 remaining orcs look around, but they've not been asked to carry anything, and so they're not going to.
Yeah, I don't want them to.
That's fair enough. They're spoken for. We're not.
Because they're fucking slaves who've been doing hard labour their entire lives. I don't know, we can carry some fucking rocks with me.
Hesitant to make deals.
Yeah.
They're dead.
Yes. Same.
They look the four dead men. The expressions on their shadowy faces change. They look more relaxed now. They look a little happier. And so they proceed. Come on then. Back the way we came.
Yeah.
Jump off the tower. Head first.
Are you actually, Gex?
Yeah.
Would you like to make an acrobatics check, please?
Yeah.
Breaks his neck and dies in hell.
That one.
Okay.
I'll just preemptively say I can mitigate fall damage.
No, fuck it. Let's just roll a d6 just for fun. I know it's not going to do anything for you. There we go.
That one.
Yeah.
Makes damage.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt.
But
I dive
know
off
you
head
can-
first and land like an ostrich. No, I land my head in the ground and my body straight like an arrow up from it.
Doing.
Do you get? You can land from a certain height without taking damage, can't you?
Oh, I can. I believe I can reduce any falling damage I take by 50. So I think I went out the other week. I can basically jump 100 feet and never die, or like more than that.
Okay.
Wait,
Yeah.
what's six? Yeah, divisible by 6. My health's like 60, so I can jump 100 feet and guaranteed not die.
Yeah.
All right. So north we go. Did we go south first? We did.
We're going south first.
Right, let's go.
And now turn back. And the walk back is easier than it was coming because you have your water walking, which persists.
I can do that anyway.
Yeah.
If I run faster.
And as you tramp upwards, the dead men are looking a little more relaxed, making steady pace, not as fast as you could be going yourselves, but apparently not weighed down by the masonry now that they carry. They are not speaking, but they advance through the narrow spittle of land that had led you to the tower, and past the private sanctum, which persists, this blackened square on 4 sides, 6 sides, I suppose. This blackened cube of privacy that appears on the land, and you were able to walk around it. The 4, one of them hangs back, looks back at you every so often, makes sure that you are keeping up. walks onwards a little way north. You burned the corpses, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also during this, like, because it's, 6 miles, it's gonna, in swamp, it's gonna take a while.
Yeah.
During the time, I'd like to, and I don't need to know them in-game, but I'd like to talk to the orcs and find out their names and
Yeah.
whatever they're willing to share about their
Yeah.
life in Mazenol.
Absolutely.
Shoot.
But, like,
Of the 3 that remain,
it's for my own personal manipulation.
Yeah.
It's not for, humanity or anything.
Yeah, I know.
of the 3 that remain, there's Tongi, Buzz, Toe Taker, and Buzz has 3 toes now around his neck. 1 is clearly dwarf, and 2 had come from the foot of one of the fiends that you killed last night. Murmur is the giant, and I've got to work out which of these orcs is left. Not like I've numbered them at all. Tongi, Buzz, and let's call the last one Grish.
All right.
And Grish is
Okay.
of Chin Cutter clan. Tongi does not know which clan that he belongs to.
Poor bugger.
Buzz
Yeah.
Toe Taker will be the one who got my knife then.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, okay. Gladly received. Yeah. Grish does not. Grish has one of the devil snakes. It's kind of like resting on his shoulders, and he keeps having to pick it up and kind of put it back in place because he doesn't have anything to tie it to.
Not sure you should be keeping something like that, Grish.
His trophy.
Not of this world, it ain't right.
Even better, huh? Magic trophy.
I mean, I have the tooth of a Fomorian, which we got in another world.
Pretty sure Jethro will have taken at least one of those bearded devil teeth as well, right?
Yeah, probably.
I don't think I
Can't
killed
remember.
any.
I wasn't keeping
didn't
track of
kill
your
any-
kills.
No, I didn't
There's
kill anyone,
demon
so I
dogs
don't-
as well.
The hellhound teeth you gave away, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vaguely
Yeah.
I
remember.
gave one to Bostic for some reason. I gave Bostic some.
Yeah.
Oh, I helped Bostic to a Fomorian tooth. Yeah.
Yeah. Although what we didn't discuss is whether you were going to take a tooth from one of the from the stone giant that was killed in the minecart junction.
Oh, I didn't kill it, so no.
Well, yeah, one of them died. One of them
That-
died, but got completely disintegrated by magic,
Yeah.
if I recall.
Yeah, and the other one I knocked out.
You're knocked unconscious. Yeah.
Yeah, he gave a good fight. It was a good fight.
Yeah.
So I didn't kill him. I was
Yeah.
feeling
Fair
merciful.
enough.
I want to take his tooth if I fucking didn't kill him. That's just rude.
And after a little bit, one of the dead men, one that you hadn't heard speaking so much, hangs back, lets you all catch up with it, and lets you all know we'll be getting to the witch's house soon. Just don't talk to her. I don't think she'll come out, but you all smell alive, so maybe you will. But on the odd chance, just you're with us now, so keep walking, eh? That's how we'll keep you safe.
What if we want to talk to her?
Well, that would be very unsafe.
Why?
What's
Do
she might be a
you,
friendly witch.
are you stupid or something? No,
Jeez,
it's
creature of power in this place.
yeah.
I mean, so we?
If she
And she
was
has knowledge.
if she was friendly, she'd be living in Mineros, doing deals and bargains like everybody else.
If she was that dangerous, you won't walk past her fucking house to grab some rocks.
Look, there's no...
And true.
The rocks are part of our bargain. They're part of the deal. It's very bad for us if we don't get them, and so we take that risk. But mostly she will leave us alone because we're not bloody worth anything.
Hmm.
Whereas yo... I'm not sure why they're all brummies.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
Will do.
it's just the voice that's coming out of me today.
So that's the thing. If she doesn't live in Mineros, she's not welcome there. And if she's not welcome there, there's a chance we may have something in common.
I never said you. Well, look, you consider yourselves forewarned, all right?
Okay.
Come on, hurry up, all of you.
Yeah.
This was, we made a deal. You had to carry the rocks for us, so we would keep you safe.
I mean, I didn't make a deal. More of like, I thought I'd help you out. Seem like nice fellas.
Well, yeah, and you will help us, and we will help you, and that is what a deal is.
More of a friendly
Lead on.
You're
gesture,
not-
really.
You, oh, I don't think you understand where you are, my so-called friend. But
Well, put it this way. I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me.
Jethro.
I can leave. I can go leave hell. You're dead. You can't leave.
well, it's all right. I can just keep going and getting more rocks.
For eternity. Very nice.
You want to find out what?
Pretty sure we could
Just
purge
keep
yourself from
walking.
this existence as well.
What if we banish a dead person's soul from hell into our plane?
The
They'd probably quite like it.
ground begins to raise a little. It begins to harden a little. It's no longer purely that kind of sickly, unnourishing grass. And you notice that the puddles are fewer and fewer. There is heather in odd places. There is animal shit in odd places. And then passing some watery clump. The unmistakable smell first and then sight of a corpse, a sheep corpse. Bloated, bird-pecked, the eyes are gone, the legs are stiff. The belly is fit to burst outwards. There's no path through here. And the dead men are walking single file, wordlessly, clutching their rocks, their boulders, their pieces of wall. But they seem to know where to go. They have a sense of it. And then, for the first time since you've arrived in this place, a living tree, or at least a tree with roots in the ground. You recognize the gnarled shape of old, untouched oak. It hasn't grown tall, but it has seen season upon season upon season. The branches are many. They have grown in a horrid shape, like they are desperate to spread from one another. There are no acorns, there are no others, but the leaf shape is unmistakable. And just past that, as there was with the tower, it begins as a darker patch in the fog,
Shit.
and then a square wooden wall of a hut. The windows are shuttered, but smoke billows from a chimney in the centre. The dead men continue past. They do not stop to look. They do not tally or dally, or even check now to see if you are following. But
We lost you again.
untiring.
We lost you again.
Okay.
We do not check.
Yeah, they are not checking to see whether you are following. They are not hurrying, but they are keeping their pace as quick as it has been since you have met them, trudging across the moorland.
Well, all things considering, this is the only place that looks like it's actually good fucking life, isn't it?
Yeah.
I tend to agree. As
Maybe
bad
this
as that.
isn't a wit. Being trapped in this plane. No? Yeah. Worth being, I guess.
Yes.
But if the orcs go on with their giant friend,
Well, we should,
they'll end in slavery as well. Like those souls.
well, you can always say to them to stop. They don't have
If
to
we-
go with them, do they?
If we knock on this door, we may not be welcome in Mineris.
Oh, I'm
But
sure
I'm
that's still gonna work.
inclined to put value on our life and our.
Pretty sure living beings are very valuable in the land.
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
That's why the East Four wanted to try to get us to follow them.
Well, what do you think, boys? We take a risk, knock on this door.
And if they turn out to be evil, well, it's not like we haven't killed things like it before, is it?
True. Plus,
Yeah.
think of the magics and the power could be within this place.
Knowledge, yes. Could be good knowledge.
That's
Or
not the things
magical
I said,
items.
but yes.
And how,
The,
how worse could it get?
the orcs and the giant have stopped with you. They are willing to trust you. You've gotten them. You've kept them alive so far. You've demonstrated power beyond what they can touch. The dead men have continued onwards. They have not stopped. And if you don't move to keep up with them soon, you are going to lose sight of them.
I think
That's
that's okay.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
fine.
I'll explain to the
General
orcs.
direction.
I can commune with nature again and find out if they're
Yeah.
within 3 miles of us.
I don't know that
I'll
we
ex-
should trust those dead fuckers.
I'll explain to the orcs what we're doing. It seems that your leader, when he made his deal back in Mazenhall, has somehow sworn you
So
to the master of these men, gesturing in the path of the 4 souls that have left us. There's life here. Their druid friend can see, pointing over at the tree. We think maybe this witch might have answers. But she could just as equally be dangerous. So why don't you stay behind us and we'll talk to her.
But
I'm going to invite Obadiah to make a history check.
this is a chance to get us back home. That's all I'll say. Not great.
Where's H in the alphabet? +9, 15.
15 total. It was only, well, it was before your long rest. But you will recall 2 conditions. One of the 2 conditions in the orcs deal was that the people around him go free.
Yeah. But it's a devil's
Yeah.
deal.
It is a devil's deal.
And the people who will remain will suffer.
But yeah, these the dead men are not willing to try and strike a bargain with the orcs because that might be a breach of their freedom.
Of the dead man's freedom.
Oh, that might be a breach of the orcs' freedom.
Oh, okay.
So the orcs could be safe.
The
to travel
orcs are the orcs are guaranteed a degree of freedom here. Now, freedom has downsides as well as plus sides, especially when your currency is your labor.
Yeah. Well, I'll include that in the explanation I give to them.
Yeah.
But I still think there's probably value in talking with this creature.
Okay. Well, you are outside the witch's hut. There are windows now on the side that you have come to. They are shuttered, but a little glow of candles or fire spills out through the edges and other places. And as I've said, fire gives smoke upwards through the chimney. And it's just before 10, so rather than getting into a whole new social encounter, I think we will leave it.
Yeah, thank you.
And find out whether you're gonna knock on the door and who will greet
definitely.
you. Yeah.
If it all goes tits up, I'm just gonna cast Dominate Person on this bitch.
Well, you can certainly try.
Exactly. Dominate Person and command her to send us all back to our plane of existence.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's going to have high wisdom saves, so that's not going to work.
Still roll a 1.
You can always roll a crit.
No.
Thanks for playing, fellas.
Thanks.
Yeah, cheers, Jed.
Making it happen.
Yeah.
We're in hell.
Very curious. Curiouser and curiouser. We're really down the rabbit hole here, chaps.
Goodbye. I need to sleep.
Have a good night,
Bye.
Sam.
Later.
Yeah, later.
Yeah, later.